So what should be the future of Funko NFT? Let's talk about it. So this is part 3 of our Funko NFT trilogy videos. We made it. We're to the last one.
We are, and it has been a very interesting journey.
The first video, we talked about Funko NFTs, how it got its start, and where it sort of ended up. The second video, we talked about drop, and we also talked about how some people were getting $30 credits instead of a replacement Funko Pop if something came damaged or got lost in the mail. And mainly how collectors have come to hate drop.
Even though they should really be hating Funko, because drop is just the host, it seems, and yes, you communicate with them when you have issues. However, Funko has control over what they say because Funko owns drop.
And in this video, we're going to talk about how NFTs should be handled moving forward.
In our opinion, and probably a lot of other people's opinions.
First thing is something we talked about in the last video, and we're not going to elaborate on too much because you can just go back and watch that video and hear us talk about it, but it's protecting Funko Pops with pop protectors when they get sent to our homes.
Because these are very limited pieces, and it seems like if there is some damage, Funko/drop does not really very often replace the damaged items. So in order to prevent it from happening, or at least prevent it from happening so frequently, they could invest a couple extra bucks, put them in hard stacks, and send them on their way. Instead, they choose to put the ridiculous, horrible trash art series in protectors.
So that's definitely an improvement, something we've been begging for a long time. Will Funko ever do it? I have no idea, but we're hoping that they do. And Funko, we will praise the out of you if you do it.
The second thing that really needs to be done is drop and/or Funko needs to educate the population on how to get into NFTs. We at the Gastlecast did, in my opinion, a fabulous NFT tutorial. However, we don't have the following that Funko or Drop does. So with that being said, if Funko made a tutorial video, maybe more people would understand it, therefore they would get into it.
Or Funko, you could just point all of your audience over to our video, which I'm going to leave in the description down below.
Oh yeah, hey Funko, why don't you tell people to watch our video and then tell them to watch all our other videos where we basically call you trash all the time? Good business plan.
Heather, this is not how you make money moves. Do you remember the song?
Okay.
Do you remember the song?
I don't dance, I make money moves.
Thank you. Okay, so pop protection, educating the audience a little bit more, but you can really just come and watch our video and get educated.
Yeah.
Also, Funko should tap into some of the big franchises. In our previous video, I mentioned that they should do Marvel, Disney, and Star Wars, which we've heard through the grapevine that Star Wars is coming, and I can imagine that Disney and Marvel are right behind it.
Well, isn't Star Wars a Disney property?
They are?
Yeah, so
that's a possibility. That's what I'm saying. I think everything's covered already.
If Star Wars is coming, so is everything else.
Oh, and I'll be coming too.
Ew? Right now?
No, I mean, I'm excited. But the other franchises that Funko should really focus their attention on, but a lot of people are going to hate hearing me say, well, there's only one way to say it right here on the Gastlecast, and that's
yeah, if Funko would just do some they would gain so many new NFTers.
NFTs get a lot of hate, but if Funko ends up doing some of the bigger names, some of the big anime names, like Dragon Ball, they're gonna drag in a whole new group of people.
No, they're gonna drag in a whole new group of people.
Do you like dragons?
Don't like when you drag your nuts on my face, I'll give you that.
Okay. If Funko NFT had Marvel, Disney, Star Wars, and anime properties, they would absolutely clean up big time.
Well, not only that, right now, currently, they have WB. Harry Potter. What are they doing? Nothing. They're dragging their feet. That's what Dragon. Get it? Dragons are in Harry Potter and Dragon Ball Z. And your on my face.
Funko diving into all those properties would really piss off a lot of people, but in order to make those people happy and also the rest of the community happy, Funko could clean their act up in terms of Funko NFT. As we mentioned in our previous video talking about drop, there were Funko Pops that ended up at Buckeye, Arizona being sold for $15. Funko Pops that people were spending $600 on. It's not right to see that these Funko Pops are being mishandled. NFT Funko Pops have an associated limited number, and there's also a very special process you have to go through in order to get them, unless you buy them on eBay or Mercari.
But not only that, but I'm sure that they probably turned some people down whose Leonardo Grails got damaged in the mail saying we don't have any more, but hello, they showed up for $15 at Buckeye, so what the f?
And that as well. And that's the problem, is that Funko doesn't seem to have a very good grasp over this whole Funko NFT pop situation. And we want to see that get a lot better, although we haven't heard very many horror stories over the last few months. Another issue that they face is that they end up getting product from overseas, and when product arrives at their location, there's some damage in there, and we have to wait even longer to get Funko Pop. I want to see windows of Funko Pops being shipped to us shrink instead of grow. There are some Funko Pops that have taken a very long time to get to us after we have redeemed them. In fact, they're outside of the window that Funko originally announced to us, or at least at the very end of that window.
And happens, but it shouldn't happen as frequently as it has been. And it seems like this is something that Funko might be learning from, hopefully. What I'm hoping is that they learn to just place a larger order, maybe, or they tell the people who are shipping them to them to like reinforce the boxes they're being shipped in or whatever, so that damage is less likely to happen, or just putting them in protectors at the factory so it's less likely to happen. Hello.
So when you buy card packs and you pull that legendary or grail, or you collect all the cards and make your royalty Funko Pop, it takes months for you to finally get that Funko Pop in hand. And honestly, we want to get those Funko Pops in hand a lot sooner. I can deal with waiting for a month or so, a couple months, but when you have to wait an excruciating amount of time in order to get those Funko Pops in your hand, it's no good. And that could be something that actually draws a lot of people away from Funko NFT. So we need to see this stuff moving a lot faster. I know Funko is getting used to the whole Funko NFT thing. I know that they're working with drop. I know this is sort of a whole new endeavor, but I feel like as time goes on, we're gonna get those Funko Pops a lot sooner than we had in the past. And that is something I think would be huge and would definitely change the Funko NFT landscape moving forward.
I know we touched upon the fact that they're giving like credits to people, but I think that's something that really needs to be addressed and adjusted. Because if your pop that you spent hundreds of dollars on gets lost in the mail, Funko shouldn't say, oh, well, here's a $30 credit. That. I don't know what the solution is other than send a replacement, but I do know that a $30 credit to their website when they can't even be trusted to like handle your stuff properly is not the answer. But I also know that from a business standpoint, handing somebody the value on the secondary market isn't a good option either.
I think the whole credit thing should be thrown completely out the window, because no one wants a Funko Pop to be lost in the mail that's valued between $100 to $600 to end up as a $30 credit where you can buy a premium pack full of 15 random NFT cards where you may possibly pull a Funko Grail or Legendary. That is absolutely all wrong. Your chances are really, really small when it comes to these Funko NFTs and pulling a physical piece. So the fact that something gets lost in the mail or damaged, and in turn you get this $30 credit that can only be used on drop, is horrible. And I know we touched on this on the last video, and I want to touch on it again because I'm begging Funko and drop, please, we need to change this policy. This has to be worked out a lot differently.
And even if you were to pull a Legendary or Grail in that pack with your $30 credit, who's to say it's even gonna come to you? Or if it does arrive to you, is it gonna arrive undamaged?
One very big gripe that I have, and it's super minor, but it's something that recently started to happen. It used to be with Funko NFTs. On digital.funko.com, when an announcement would happen, they would release photos of of all the Funko Pops that you could pull for that particular set. So you would see the Legendaries, you would see the Grail, you would see the Royalty, and you could take a look at all the different little characters that you could end up with in hand. They've changed it. And now they basically say, hey, watch out for Drop Discord. We'll drop more information there. Keep your eyes peeled. And I say, that, because if you're going to announce something, let's see what it is. We should not have to sit around and wait. There is no reason why there should be mystery surrounding this particular aspect of Funko NFT. I think it's trash.
And they shouldn't force you to get on their Discord server. Like, I'm too old. I don't understand how to Discord. I've had a Discord for, I think, like 2 or 3 years, and I sort of know how to navigate them, but not really. Like, I don't even understand how I got into most of the Discords.
But you're elderly. That's different. There's a lot of younger people out there.
The point is, you shouldn't be forced into doing that. Imagine if they said, hey, follow us on Snapchat for the first look. Like,
yeah. Well, it just builds their followership. I totally understand why they're doing it, but that's terrible. You should have another reason as to why people are going to go and join your Discord. It should not be for this reason. It's terrible because once it's finally shared, I end up seeing the pictures all over Instagram. I don't even go to your Discord to find it. So what the is the point? That I don't understand, and it needs to stop immediately. I hate it. I hate it so much. And like I said, I know it's just a minor gripe, but I hate it.
It's not minor if you're this mad.
Oh, no, it's minor in the grand scheme, really. But I don't like it. I think it's trash.
I could understand, like, follow us on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, stuff like that. Sign up for our newsletter. Keep an eye on this webpage. But if the Discord is the first place you're seeing it, I don't know. It's a bit, like, corny.
So now you have to learn how to deal with NFTs. You have to learn how to deal with digital.funko.com. You have to learn how to use Atomic Hub if you want to do your buy, sell, and trade. And then you also have to learn how to use Discord. And I know a lot of people out there already know how to use Discord right now, but as two elderly people, we do not. So expecting us to go on Discord and find out what these Funko Pops are going to be, I hate it. I hate it!
You didn't even mention the fact that people have to learn how to buy wax, or not even learn, because you can buy wax, sort of, but like your bank blocks it, and like there's so many places you can buy wax, like which do you choose? And then they make you put in like your social security number and
everything about Funko NFTs are just super complicated. It takes a learning curve. And again, I'm thankful that we were able to learn it and make a tutorial that you can go and watch, which again is in the description. This stuff is not easy, and Funko really needs to find a way to make this a lot easier for the fan base, because not everybody's going into this knowing exactly how to do it. And I have found so many people all over social media asking, what does this mean? When they see a legendary or they see a grail.
Yeah, where can I get this?
Where can I get this? Or is this a physical piece or is it just an NFT? Or they'll laugh and say NFTs are stupid. Who wants to buy digital art? People virtually still do not understand what any of this is. And it's mainly because they are old like us. But the fact is that your audience, Funko, if you don't know this, your audience is old. Most of the audience out there are older people like us. So help educate them. And again, if you're not, then point them in our direction and we'll help them ourselves.
I just did finger guns. You're not gonna believe this, but I made a poll on YouTube.
Okay.
I asked our audience, what do you think of Funko NFTs? 19% said, I love them. 8% said, I loved them until there were issues.
Okay.
38% said, I have never bought Funko NFTs.
That's a pretty high percentage.
That really is. 8% says, I have bought Funko NFTs, but they aren't for me. 28% said trash.
Wow.
Yeah, so...
That's a higher percentage of people liking them than I expected. You said 19%?
Yes,
I thought it was going to be like below 10%.
Yeah, I thought so as well. I'm not shocked at all by the number of people who has never bought Funko NFTs. One notable comment says, I was really into them for the first 5 to 6 drops, but the quality of the redeemables have gone way downhill. It's very apparent that key artists are no longer with Funko.
Interesting. So yeah, so maybe if the Funko Pops look cooler, or if Funko did something super special with them, maybe made the boxes different for every drop, maybe made some cool artwork on them, I don't know. We'd mentioned in the past that they should put a little card in with the box.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Remember how they do those boxes where it's like a re-release and it comes with a card and a token? Yeah, like a card, a token or something? They should do that with these pops.
Well, I think the card should be one of those things that you move and
that would be amazing.
Yeah. Here's another one that says, I'd like them a lot more if they could ship with protectors. Sucks to spend all that money for a damaged LE pop. I selected haven't bought NFT, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't like to get my hands on those redeemables. One day I'll join in when the right property presents itself.
Precisely what I was talking about earlier in the video. Anime bring all the boys to the yard.
I only bought some once and that was Power Rangers, but I couldn't figure out how to sort out a wax/atomic wallet, so I gave up. It does annoy me though that some of which are cool are now behind the NFT wall. I just can't afford to buy the packs and not receive an actual item. I like a good bit of the ones I have seen, but love to have one, but aftermarket is out of the budget also. Which I completely agree with. The most real comment we got, I like them unless I don't pull a redeemable.
Of course, because we all want to pull something really cool from these card packs. Again, the gamble is really fun, but Funko has a lot of work to do, especially when it comes to pop protection. Also a property that draws people in a lot more. Star Wars, Marvel, and Disney. Of course you'll do that. Anime especially. And that $30 credit has to go. Yeah. Like right now, we need to stop the $30 credit. Funko, you are making a ridiculous sum of money off of all this. You know it, I know it, Heather knows it, and everybody watching this now knows it because we've stated it.
And we know everything.
People are buying those packs from you, you're making all the money there, and then you're making more money on the secondary market when those NFTs are sold and bought. You definitely need to do something about the $30 credit because it, at this point, is the most ridiculous thing that Funko has ever done. And remember, they did the Biddy Pops.
People actually like those.
They do?
Yeah.
They did Dorbs. I know we like Dorbs, but we didn't like them.
And I don't, you know what? I judge the out of people who don't like Dorbs because those, adorable.
Who doesn't like a plug? And Funko, you need to get a better handle of your Funko NFT Pops. As we had mentioned before, there was a bunch of issues in the past. I haven't noticed anything recently, but they should never end up at the Buckeye, Arizona warehouse being sold for $15. That is trash! But we want to know what you think about our Funko NFT videos. Did you like this trilogy? Do you like trilogies like this? We would love to know your comments and more in the comment section down below.
I just want to know if you guys are as worked up about the Discord thing as Chris is.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that! We need to change that pronto.
God, you're such an old man. You want to tell Funko to like get off your lawn or something or what?
They're not on it right now, but they're getting close. In every video, we like to shout out to some of our patrons from Patreon. In this video, we'd like to shout out to Tasha White Barnes, Greg Malley, Nelson Shaner, Jason Snowbarger, Amy Richmond, Denver Bow, Adam Rubin, Stationary Wanderer, Brian Spears, and Isaac Lucas. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. We appreciate all of our patrons. You guys rock. Thank you so much for staying until the very end of the video. Your support means the world to us. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the little bell before you leave, and also leave us a like because that helps the channel in a very big way. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Gastlecast. Guys, remember as always, we hunt together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.